Good morning. Welcome to the River Valley meetup here at Blue Mountain Lake. I've been running around like a chicken without a head up in here, and I don't even have time to record. So let me introduce you to my cameraman.
Go Ridge Life!
Ridge Life in the house. I'll check in with y'all in a little while.
I was like, Mama, Daddy, you're ready. You're rolling.
David's and mine.
Man, I want to
Hey, pretty lady.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Happy Saturday.
Yes.
Come on with it. You got some crafts going on. Ooh, look at you. So pretty.
I got some food.
You saved me some bacon? Bacon! Yeah, because I was up in Good morning! Oh yeah, good morning! Good morning! There's a cook extraordinaire. Another cook. Woo! Bacon! Sausage!
Yes, sir. I didn't know who ma'am. I didn't know who y'all
Is it good?
It's good.
You're on double camera. Oh man.
Come on with it, come on.
Good morning. How was that breakfast? They did a good job, didn't they? Woo. Did you get any of the chorizo?
No, I didn't get
Mexican sauce? Ooh. They're a little spicy, yeah. And I am David's cameraman. Imagine that.
He's got, you should see him right now. He's got 2 GoPros stacked on top of each other. One for David and one for him. That's David's, that's his. And I'm like, what is this?
Is that a good pal or what to, you know?
Yeah, I mean, technically you're like an employee of Come On Homestead now. You put that on your
I want my residual check.
Yeah, put that on your taxes, man.
Here's the important kids right there. Y'all superstars. Look at these people. Aren't you a superstar?
No.
Give me a superstar pose. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that. Superstar. Superstar. Woo! Abraham, what's up, buddy? You told me you didn't leave me any bacon. I got bacon. You lied. You didn't tell me. Oh, come on now. Was your breakfast good?
Yes.
You having a good time?
Yes, but I just done a front flip off the slide and I messed up my toe.
Oh no.
That's off my foot.
What's your favorite thing here so far?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's all your favorite thing, right? Yeah. You like the bouncy house?
Yes, I seriously done a front flip.
It's like one cloud training right here on you. 4 minutes already. What's that? Yeah.
I'll see you guys around. Hey! You having a good time today?
Oh yeah.
Run around with your chicken head cut off?
Pretty much, you know how it goes, you know.
You're doing a great job.
That there's more people out here than I am seeing tickets. Come get your name tag and your tickets or you can't win. Come on. Anybody that wants to join the fishing tournament, youth or adults, get with Gary from Simple Life Reclaim right there. Sign up is going on now.
I have to do that too. I'm gonna forget my cloud. Kids are This is not part of that.
Yep, we got it going on right here. We're doing a little bit of ticket stuff right now. We're about to start the event, and somebody done brought us some groceries over here.
Yes, ma'am. After we start talking and
We're eating groceries and passing out tickets. Come on.
Mr. Big Mike! What's up, brother? Get a big hug. Woo! How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here.
Yeah, how are you this morning?
Wonderful. How are you doing? Harry, empty homestead. Woo!
Tags and signed the banner and got your raffle tickets. Please come to the stage. We'll be wrapping this part up very shortly. Come to the stage to get your tickets and name tag and sign the banner. Come on.
No matter the storm, I'm coming home.
Oh.
I'm coming home.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Leave open. Don't turn off the light. I'm coming home.
I thought we was going to get a mail-in ballot since we was up there cooking.
Hey, we're mail-in ballot and we're accepting districts, whatever.
My dad voted, and he's been going since I was 21.
All right, guys. To get a ticket, we're going to get a name tag.
Well, I
And then you
scratched
sign
in
the
the
banner.
dirt.
Then you sign me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How
I
are you?
gained all that I
How are you?
Good. You having a good time?
in the end. What I found
Not yet, but it's
is nowhere
Hold on.
no matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Open the gate. Don't turn off the light. I'm coming home.
Oh, I tried to like
Right away.
A lot of visitors. Good morning. Whoa, how y'all doing?
So I elbowed my way
Kind
to
of partially recovered yet, or?
Oh, not even close.
Not even
there
close.
be no kind of peace
stay with
like you beside me.
I know. I was teasing them having some rain.
No matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Open the gate. Don't turn off the light. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing's as it seems before.
Good morning. How you doing?
Nothing
Bang, bang, night
is
again.
sweet going so
Y'all have fun this morning?
Yes. No, I have
nowhere I can
All right, stop all the funny stuff.
change my mind. Could slow.
I'm David's cameraman, by the way. That's why I got two cameras here.
What's going on, David?
hot press right here.
How's the CRC? What do you got? Coasters? So what how's it called? Bucks? Yeah. Memorabilia? Memorabilia. Gorgeous.
How much tree limb from the property?
Yeah. From the 40.
No matter the rain, no matter
Give me
the storm, I'm coming.
two more also.
Oh, I'm coming home. Leave open the gate. Don't turn off the light. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming
Come on, get your money's worth out here at the dunk tank. Come on down.
Woo, one more shot.
Ooh. Oh, I thought I was going in again.
Step right up. Dunker Pie, your favorite YouTuber.
Oh my goodness.
3 balls for $5. $5 a pie.
He can't breathe. He can't breathe. Oh boy, I was just starting to warm up, Tim. Here comes Wyatt with the money.
Come on, Wyatt.
Oh, come on, Wyatt. Be nice to me now. Come on, Wyatt. Ah, I'm so scared. Come on, Wyatt. Be nice to me. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. We got
How's it going, buddy?
Gosh, another one.
It's a little cold, ain't it?
Go Ridge Life.
Yep, right there. Little man right here.
He's making change somewhere.
Right here.
How many balls?
You get 3.
Get 3 throws. Hold on, hold on. Ah! Oh, let's throw it again. Go grab it. I wasn't ready. Oh, it's so cold, man. Come on, give me a break over here, buddy. Oh!
You got 2 more.
Oh, it's so scary, man. He's got an arm on him. Oh, it's so scary. Oh, you got me wet. That shot, come on, lady. Oh! When I hear metal, it makes me scared.
Step right up. Step right up. Pie, your favorite YouTuber.
Oh! That was a softball pitch. That was a good strategy right there, I think. Come on, hit the silver button. Oh! Ah! Oh! I mean, yeah, come on, get ready to break. Oh no, here we go.
You can throw it, throw it.
Ah! Oh! Oh no, he's ready to scoot up. Oh! Oh, I know. Ah! You want your money? Come and get it.
All right. I already. The secret's out now.
Oh,
The
come on.
secret is
Not
out
her
now.
again.
Yeah.
No!
The secret is out. Are you ready? Look at it. It's
She's already saved me
You're
twice.
going down.
Oh no! I'm gonna splash you too. Ah! Oh!
Want to put it on the
Oh!
All right. All right, you're gonna get 2 more.
All right. Come on. Oh, is this a cat lady? Oh, she got a lucky ladybug. Oh no! No! Oh! Oh!
All right, we're gonna switch out. Everybody, live through a big round. Hey!
Steve right one.
Come on with it, come on. Wind it down. Sun's trying to set. Take your mom back to the brothel. So we taking you back to the brothel.
Okay, we got a sign. Let's start with anyhow.
Hello.
This is Miss Laura's, and have y'all read anything online, by the way?
Briefly, that it was a.
On the way here.
Yeah.
Okay. Ignore everything that you have read. It
Okay.
is not accurate at all.
Okay.
So we are not a Northwestern brothel at all whatsoever. We actually are just a turn of the century, Prohibition era brothel basically, and then well into the 1930s, and then well into the 1940s during World War II. We were open during both World Wars and were pretty active during that time period. We went through 2 sets of madams. Laura Ziegler, who was the first madam of the house, she actually first constructed the property in 1898 with a loan she'd taken out from the bank president for $5,000, not $3,000. She actually was able to pay that back in 18 months when she first opened in 1903. She retired as a madam in 1911, and then from there, she actually decided to become a farmer on Missouri property that she had purchased previously. But that's actually a very common thing for madams to do. I've read a couple of books about madams actually purchasing farmland after the fact, which I thought was quite interesting. But Bertha Dean was the second madam of the house, and she was here actually for the longest period of time. So Bertha started running the property in 1911 as the madam of the house, and then she ran the property up until 1948. And then she passed away within that same year, and then willed it to a gentleman named Jules Bartholomew. Jules was here from 1948, just living here in his private residency up until 1962. We know that he was here previously. We're not entirely sure what he was doing. We know that probably he had a romantic relationship with Bertha for a little bit of time, but we're not entirely sure what his role was. He could have been security, could have been maintenance, maybe a little bit of both. We know that he was also a glass cutter at the Harding Glass Factory, which wasn't too far away from here. But when he passed away, he kind of put the house in a little bit of a sticky situation because he willed it to his brother in Ohio. Brother in Ohio wanted nothing to do with the former brothel in Fort Smith. They were French Catholic, so I can only imagine as to why. And essentially, they gave it to the city. City put it up for sale, auctioned off everything in the house, down to the furniture. Nothing is original to the house, which hurts my heart. The hardwood flooring is covered by this carpeting because the house was left in really bad shape. The records that are on the walls, those were found here in the house. Stained glass is not original to the house at all. Pocket doors are original to the house. And the light fixtures are on the walls along with the transom windows down here. The ones on the ceilings were added into the house when this was a restaurant in the 1980s. They decided to go with the old Western brothel motif. I just don't think they had a great comprehension on actual time periods, which is why they went with the old Western theme. They just assumed due to the close proximity to Judge Parker's chambers that this probably was an old Western brothel. Not the case at all. But the period furniture is actually time period accurate, which is awesome. The cabinet Victrola is kind of a good example as to what maybe the madam might have had. You know, the gramophones were pretty popular down here at the time. There was a fire that had happened in 1910, and one of the things that was recovered out of one of the brothels that burned was a gramophone. Actually, it was able to withstand the flames, which is pretty cool. But everything you're going to see in cases will be from private collections, donations, or the Fort Smith Museum of History. Illegal red light district in 1907, and that lasted up until around 1924. The gentleman that would have come in here would have actually had to provide a letter of recommendation, telegram, or a phone call. They couldn't just walk right on in. Maybe even a calling card potentially would have been something they would have had to provide. The inside doors would have been locked. That was just a safety thing for the madam, and also a way if your house is getting raided for whatever reason. So, this is actually the second.
That's cool.
You can tell that with the construction of the house, it was actually built to be a brothel. The parlors are big, and they're one right after the other. Social parlors in a private residency are kind of across from each other with a staircase in the center, and the foyer, obviously. And this that I donated to the house is actually here in the case, which is pretty cool. It is a phone book from 1941, since we were active during that time period. I came across this phone book in one of the antique shops here in town, and I opened it up and I found our madam. She's listed as a rooming house. She is not listed in any other fashion, but what's interesting is that she's listed under private residencies, not businesses. And the other brothel that was here at the time, Miss Ella Scott's house, her last standing competition, was also listed as a tavern. Nice. So we have that in green right there. We also have some gentlemen's items over here. And then over here, we have a condom case from 1920. People always ask me what type of contraception did they have, and these ladies were pretty creative before this was readily available. It was actually illegal at one point in time in the United States to market birth control to married couples because you're going against God's will, the mindset of a judge from the 1920s. You're not being fruitful and multiplying. And it was illegal up until around 1963 when Griswold versus Connecticut was decided upon to market birth control publicly to everybody. Men typically wouldn't have purchased this because it was seen as a disease preventative, not necessarily contraception, but I can guarantee you that these ladies probably invested in some of these. We also have contraception, a different aspect over here. This is an ovarian substance. It is derived from pig and hog ovaries. You'd actually take it, it was in a capsule form, and it was for all different types of uterine pain that a lady might be having. Endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, anything that would have been causing pain, but since it's derived from natural estrogen, it stops your monthly cycle the more times that you take it. So these ladies started using it as a form of contraception. They also probably would have used Lysol at one point. I don't have any old advertisements to put in here, but yes, they did market Lysol as a feminine hygiene product. They also marketed it as a birth control preventative, which is nuts for me to think about. I've seen some of these advertisements. They're absolutely horrendous and very misogynistic. They actually required ladies to have 2 health examinations a month. That would have cost you $5 every single time you got it done in order to receive a business license. This was not typically too much of a common practice in other places, but here it typically was. That is not how germ theory works at all. They also tried to treat it with malaria. They tried to treat it with, mercury and arsenic, and then eventually we get penicillin. So it takes a little bit of time to get there, and around 1944, penicillin becomes readily available to the public. Work, gain an education, have a little bit more financial independence, then maybe they won't fall into that profession. They just decided to make it illegal for immigrant women to work in the United States, I believe up to 3 months of them being here, but they would fall into the profession anyway because they needed money for multiple different reasons. Yeah. We have ladies' items in this case over here. We have shoes on display. People love to comment on how tiny the shoes are, but it is important to know that a lot of people were malnourished back then, but also the average ages of a prostitute really varied all throughout the country. I have seen as young as 8, 12, and then average ages at the turn of the century are between 16 to 24 years old. Yeah. Oh my goodness. There's no such thing as public school, no labor laws or protections. There's a variety of different things that are working against women, especially young girls, and a lot of times mothers would either drop their daughter off at a brothel and hope to God that the madam takes them in, or marry them off to a man that could be 5 times their age. So when you hear people getting married at 12, it's not that uncommon. And then over here, we have, we know that this is Bertha and her husband. Yes, she was married. As far as we know, they didn't have children. I don't think she could. Because she had syphilis and that attacks her reproductive organs. But Bertha was the second madam, and her nickname was Big Bertha. What's interesting in this marriage is that the property is in her name, the business is in her name, she's the one handling all of the finances. He's just kind of there. I like to refer to them as Barbie and Ken, because Barbie has the dream house, Barbie has the car, Barbie has everything, and then Ken just, he's existing. But he definitely helped out. We have evidence that the automobile that they had, and we actually have a photo of the car, I can't put it on display, but I've seen it. They had a Ford Model T, which is pretty cool, one of the newer versions when it first came out. It's in his name, so he was the one obviously driving it, but he died in 1922 from tuberculosis, unfortunately, but apparently she never remarried, and she was incredibly heartbroken over the loss of her husband. Some other photos. Bertha is up there with a cigarette in her mouth, smoking during a time period where women could not actually be seen smoking. It was considered too improper and too impolite. And in some places illegal.
Bertha was a rebel.
Yeah. She took the city to court and appealed and won in court against them. And she got arrested for possession of whiskey in 1924. It was a $125 fine.
Wow.
That's around, I did the math on it, it's like around between $845 to $864, and she paid it.
Wow.
Outright. Yeah.
She was a G.
Definitely didn't take crap from anybody. Not a woman I'd want to cross. And definitely probably a very well connected woman too, because her brother-in-law was also, I believe, the fire chief here in town.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of women I'd want to cross. So prohibition laws were down here in Fort Smith as early as that. And then also you could carry a firearm during prohibition. It was illegal. So you'd be arrested on the spot if you were caught with possession of a concealed weapon. And then over here, we also have some ladies' items. So for all the ladies in the room, wearing makeup back in the day was considered really taboo and inappropriate. You could not be seen wearing any form of makeup in public. You would have been regarded as a painted lady, even if you weren't a prostitute, which is where that term actually comes from. Also, if you had loose hair, it meant that you had loose morals. You had to have your hair high and tight out of your face. You also had to wear a hat and gloves everywhere you went to. The glove thing I don't really, not necessarily hate. The hat thing's a little too much for me, but the glove thing was actually something for germs, and they just made them all nice and pretty so women didn't have to worry about wearing these really ugly rubber gloves everywhere, so they just decided to make them out of leather and really nice fabrics, and some ladies even crocheted gloves. I have a pair of crocheted gloves and they're really beautiful and very well done. They have more on it, a little bit different, but you'd actually just mail it in. And what's awesome too is that with your $1 subscription back then, you get all these freebies. So I guess a lot of companies were just starting to figure out what they were trying to sell, and one of them was crackers. I think Nabisco's in there. There's a couple of other companies that I was recognizing, but what they are. So the other rooms are office space right now at the moment. They will be exhibit space this coming year because the visitor center aspect will move out of here. And this will be a fully fledged brothel museum this year, which is incredibly exciting.
Oh, that's cool. You would have been in all kinds of violations and shit back in the day. You would have stayed in jail.
Everything, water, food.
You were the one that was fighting.
Send me the water. Yeah, no thank you.
You brought in.
That sounds crazy. What was there, like operating hours?
Mhm.
Right?
Typically. So
What age was the madam like that she was here the whole time?
I think Bertha took over the house in her later 20s, and then Laura retired in her later 40s, but Bertha operated the house well into her 60s.
Wow.
I'm the Historical Harlot. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and be sure to follow Miss Laura's on Instagram and Facebook as well, because we'll be posting a lot of really new, fun, and exciting events that are coming up, and also we'll be turning into a fully fledged museum this year, which is incredibly exciting. So if you do know anybody in the Northwest Arkansas area that does have antique furniture that they are willing to donate, please make sure to definitely give us a call and we'll be happy to put it on display.
Nice.